Shut up and sit down.
Welcome back to Pop Culture Podcast, episode 53. I'm Adrian,
Jay.
and we are back after the Thanksgiving week off. We're now in December.
It's fucking December.
I know, right? Like, I was driving by the bar on the 99 O'Donnell's.
Yeah.
And they keep changing X many Fridays till Christmas. X many Fridays. I'm like, you sons of bitches. So, in the spirit of Christmas, I brought Bad Santa beer.
Okay.
The Cascadian Dark Ale by the Pelican Brewing Company. For those of you who are watching, you still can't see the bottle, but it's cool. Trust me.
I may try to zoom in. We'll see what happens.
Ooh, fancy.
Right? It's like that episode that I did that instant replay. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was real
That was real bad.
good. All right, here you go, man. We're also filming at a new location today, as you can see.
We're trying to keep moving because we don't want anybody to find us.
That's right. For those of you who don't know, Jay's actually in the Witness Relocation Program.
Jay's not my real name.
Wait, I thought we were saying it was, but it
Oh,
isn't.
I
Or
mean-
is it? Shit. Anyways, if you are Rogelio de la Vega, you are not paying attention to this. Is not the man you're looking for.
No,
he
I'm
is
just-
not the witness.
No, I don't. I know nothing.
Nope.
I just work here.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna give this a try.
Give it a try while I pour mine out. How is it?
That is delicious.
So it is a you better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. The Brewmasters of the Pelican are telling you why. Bad Santa has arrived. So it's a black IPA.
I wish every Christmas tasted this good.
Oh, that is delightful.
It is. It is much better than the Christmas beer that I had at work today.
I also had a Christmas beer. Tell me about the one you had today.
So it wasn't a bad beer, but Jolly Roger Brewing in Ballard.
Yeah.
I had their Yo Ho Ho for the year.
And?
It's good. It's not as good as this though. But I was also at work and having a beer, so I'm not going to complain too much.
No, that's nothing wrong with that.
And tomorrow I get to order a bunch more beer for work.
Nice. We were at work last week and we ordered a bunch of pizzas and beer, like mid-shift.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just that time. I also had a beer today at Red Hook.
Okay.
They did their double black stout,
Nice.
which is their coffee winter stout.
Yeah.
And it's delightful. Like, I
Okay.
really enjoyed it.
Good.
This is also really good. I like the Pelican stuff. They're based out of Tillamook, Oregon. I really like their cream ale.
I have not had it.
This is very good. I like it.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
So let's jump right into it. Let's go into
Let's-
TV.
Let's do things.
We do things. We say things here.
All right. So.
Oh wow.
What?
You were just very delayed.
Oh no, sorry. So I had a 4-day weekend for the Thanksgiving holiday. My company shut down the day after, and then obviously I normally have Saturday and Sunday off. So I was like, I'm gonna pick a show that's on my Netflix queue. Gonna go all the way through it.
Okay. Well, which was it?
Life Unexpected.
What is that?
This was a show that was on.
was an unexpected response. Of
There you
yours.
go. It was a show that was on, I think, CW for 2 seasons, 2010, 2011. It centers around a girl who had been given up for adoption
Okay.
at birth, and she decides to start going through the emancipation process. And when you do that, you actually get to see your file, including the names of your birth parents.
Okay.
So she finds out that they're still in the city that she's in, so she tracks them down. The parents are not together. It was actually a hookup at junior prom, like a one-night thing, and the girl got pregnant.
Surprise! That's how adoption happens.
Right. So she tracks them down, wants to get to know them, and wants to actually live with them. So that's kind of how the show progresses. Is the relationship that's formed between her and her parents.
She wants to live with them, but
So-
they don't live together.
Right. and that is part of the whole central plot of the show.
So all three of them are moving in together.
No, so her mother is actually engaged to get married to another guy. So now this girl is splitting her time between her mom's house with her mom and her mom's fiance, and her dad, who owns a bar and lives in the loft above it. Pretty much my idol.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah,
That's the dream.
yeah.
That's the dream.
So yeah, it's just the story of how that goes and like how they get acclimated to being around each other, and lots of drama and things like that. But like I said, it was two seasons, 13 episodes a season, so 26 episodes. So I poured through that in about 3 days.
Is there season 3 to come, or was that it? The show's
That was
over?
it. It actually, they were notified during season 2 that it wasn't going to be renewed, so they were able to wrap it up at the end, which is nice. I found so many shows that it went like 2 or 3 seasons, and it was like after the last season aired,
Yep.
it was like, oh, by the way, you're not coming back, so you're left with
You're
all
all
these
unresolved.
like Longmire. But thank you, Netflix, for fixing that one for me.
Yeah, they've extended it another season
Yep.
too.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
overall, you enjoyed it? Didn't like
no,
it?
I actually really enjoyed it, and it was
Okay.
funny because we've talked about this on the show a lot. I have shows that I watch by myself,
Yes.
and I have shows that I watch with my wife. And a lot of the shows that I watch by myself are because either I don't think she would like it, or I don't really want to wait around for her to watch it. So there was a couple times where I was watching it, and she'd be like getting ready for work or whatever, and she'd be listening to it. She'd come out, she's like, "What is this? What's going on?"
Nope.
And I'm like, "Well, this is what it is." And she's like, "I hate when you start these shows without me because now I want to watch it." And I'm like, "Look, it's on Netflix. If you want to watch it, have at you on your free time. But for now, I'm watching the show that I like."
And is she watching it also?
She will probably start
Okay.
it, but she has not yet. So,
We've also been binging on a CW show with one episode left.
Arrow?
No, Jane the Virgin.
I guess that is CW.
It is CW. It is 23 episodes for the first season, 40-minute episodes. So it is the exact same amount of time as you put in, just one season.
Right.
We're getting to the end. Like I said, we only have one or two left until season 2, which is currently airing. So we'll get all the way caught up for that. It's really good though. Like,
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed to when I talk about other people, like, oh, what are you watching? Not Jane the Virgin.
It's all right. I've had many of those
Uh,
conversations myself with the shows that I watch.
Like Pretty Little Liars. Like Pretty
that,
Little Liars.
Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights.
Grey's Anatomy.
Now Grace is well respected amongst MILFs.
Yeah, right.
Jay and a bunch of moms sitting drinking Chardonnay talking about McDreamy and McSteamy.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
both dead, though, so it doesn't
Oh.
matter.
I've actually never seen it, so I don't know.
Oh.
I actually don't know which is which.
Okay.
I assume McDreamy is the brown haired guy.
Nope. Wait. Yes.
All right, there it is.
Yes. McDreamy's.
Right, like I feel I should know his name off the top of my head. Patrick Dempsey.
That's the one. I kept wanting to say Swayze. I'm like, I know that's not right. And then McSteamy was Eric Dane.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else have you been watching, or is that
No.
been occupying your whole time?
No. So I finished that early Sunday, and then I started my next show, which is Jericho.
Oh, okay.
It's been on my queue forever. I've never got around to watching it. So I'm now 5 episodes into that. It was, I think, only one season. So it's the same, like 22 episodes or
Yep.
something like that. 29 episodes. So 5 episodes into that. It's pretty interesting for those of you that don't know. It takes place in the small town of Jericho, Kansas, and there is a coordinated nuclear attack on the U.S. The bombs go off in something like 9 or 11 cities or something like that. And Jericho is in the fallout zone of the bomb that got dropped in Denver. So it's all the people, the first couple of episodes, them just scrambling to get into cover before the nuclear rain shows up. So yeah, and then they're just gonna have to reestablish society without. They just got power back in episode 5. Everything that was running on generators. So like the first episode, you see everybody panicking. They're going and they're like stealing all the gas and the groceries and things like that. So they'll have to rebuild their society without all the modern conveniences until that gets back, and then figure out what the hell's going on.
Okay. Is it like? It reminds me of The Last Ship.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But this one was a few years ago. So
Yeah.
The Last Ship, somebody watched that and it's like, Let's do that on a boat.
Why not? The other show we've been watching a lot of is MasterChef Junior.
Okay.
Now, I like it. I'm kind of over it though.
Oh, absolutely.
It's the exact same MasterChef Junior as the year before and the year before, just with different kids.
Yeah.
Like they do the same thing. They keep pouring things on the hosts' heads at the exact same episodes. And without Joe, who was kind of a dick to the kids, it's really not the same.
Okay.
The one show I will kind of eat crow on a little bit is The Flash.
Okay.
I got caught up, and I wasn't loving The Flash
Sure.
earlier, and you'll remember some episodes I was pretty much knocking it.
Yeah.
It is getting better.
It is.
I stand by my shunning of Gotham, though,
Okay.
especially now that they're bringing Azrael into it.
Right.
But The Flash is getting better. We know next week is going to be Mark Hamill's return as the prankster, and Wally West is
Trickster.
Trickster, sorry. And Wally West is going to be introduced.
So I have not seen last night's episode,
I have not watched last night's either. The last one I saw was Grodd.
but I'm pretty sure next week's is the fall finale, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Because this week's episode was the 2-part with
The crossover.
Flash. I mean, not Flash,
Arrow.
Arrow. So I was waiting for that because with Hulu, I'm
Right.
always a day behind. I was waiting to watch them
So-
consecutively.
So okay. So this is interesting. I didn't know this. So you don't watch Arrow,
No.
but you'll watch the crossovers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. I mean, there's comics I don't read, but I'll pick up an issue if it's a crossover.
That was exactly the thing I was thinking
Yeah.
about. Is I don't read Gotham Academy, but
And
with the
why
Robin,
would you? Ah,
but with the Robin War, I will buy that one tie-in.
I may acquire that issue somehow. I will not buy that issue though.
I'm happy to do it. One issue, whatever, big deal.
But so going back to what we were talking about earlier, my problem is if I get that one issue, I'm gonna be like, well, I don't have all the issues before it, and does this mean I now need all the issues after it?
No, see, the completest that I am, I can do the one tie-in issues. Like I did it for Punisher when he tied in the Daredevil for the Omega effect.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say that Archie crossover.
Oh my god, no, but the Archie vs. Predator trade is out. I want to buy that. It's so good.
Okay.
Anyways, so I don't need the whole collection because for me it's the collection of the Robin War, which is
Right.
the collection I'm going for, not Gotham Academy.
Okay. And you're gonna buy it in singles?
Because the way I see it, the only book I don't read that's part of this is Gotham Academy.
Okay, fair enough.
I get everything else in single issue anyways.
That's fair.
Yes, I'm admitting I get Red Hood and Arsenal in single issues.
It's not the worst thing you've ever admitted on the show.
Yeah, but you edited out that last one, remember? So this is actually now the worst. What happens in Tijuana, we agreed, stays there.
That's true. That's true.
The only
Also,
thing you bring back are
anything that
crabs.
happens in Tacoma stays in Tacoma.
Oof. Hard life we lived.
Okay.
You been watching anything else?
A couple episodes of Forensic Files
Okay.
because that's one of those things you just get sucked into.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, it's like it's to me, it's like the modern day Unsolved Mysteries, except there is a modern day Unsolved Mysteries and it's bullshit because it's not Robert Stack.
then why watch it?
Exactly.
no, I
So
don't
you
do
watch
that.
Forensic Files.
Okay.
So that was the only thing that I watched.
I did try a new show, The Grinder. Rob Lowe, Fred Savage.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I tried it. So as you know, I've been loving on Grandfathered,
right.
and Grandfathered keeps having advertisements for the Grinder.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I thought Grandfathered was gonna suck, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm gonna give the Grinder a shot. Oh,
Horrible.
real bad.
Yeah.
Real bad.
I've
Like-
not heard a single good review for The Grinder.
I am literally rewatching the Cleveland show
Oh.
instead of watching new shit like the Grinder.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah, I actually have a little hole in my heart. I finished Halo 5, and now I just feel a little bit empty. I have other games to play, but I just want more Halo.
Here's my thing I'm excited about. So on my Netflix queue, I have my spreadsheet. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've now created a separate tab for just the shows that I'm watching.
Okay.
So I have the one tab that has everything on my list and the total amount remaining in hours. And now I have my tab. 3.5 days.
3.5 days.
That's it. I'm down to 3.5 days worth of content.
Wow.
And when I'm done with that, I can start playing games again. Because I'm not gonna. Right now, I start playing a game, and I'm like, okay, I just spent 45 minutes on it. Damn, I could have watched an episode of something.
Here's the thing, though. That's just going to keep growing. New movies are coming out every Tuesday.
That's fine. I don't need to watch them. Or I can throw a movie on there, and that's fine. But once I'm through my list that I've been working on for 3.5 years, then I'm good. Maybe I'll just cancel Netflix altogether.
No.
I know. I won't
No,
ever do
come
that.
on.
I'm 12 years strong here.
Which is funny. You give me a shitty hard time about liking physical media, and yet you still are down with the Netflix discs. Physical media.
If everything that was on Netflix DVD was also on streaming, done. No DVDs. But like I got the Kids of Degrassi Street coming tomorrow.
Oh.
They don't have that on streaming. I'm sorry, I don't see the problem with that.
The Kids of Degrassi.
1970s Canadian TV. What's wrong with
Like,
that?
I understand Degrassi High.
Well, you have to work your way through. It's like if somebody said, I'm going to watch Saved by the Bell, the new class. No, fuck you. You have to start with Good Morning Miss Bliss, the first season before it even turned into Saved by the Bell.
Wow. And then do you remember the first season of Saved by the Bell where it wasn't Mr. Bellevue and all that stuff? It was
Belding.
Belding, thank you.
Yeah, because it was at the junior high
Yeah.
in Illinois, I think. It wasn't even in California.
Yep.
Yeah. And there was Max, the curly haired Jewish kid.
Yeah.
And yeah, Miss Bliss, the teacher. Screech and Zach were still there,
Yep.
but they were the only ones.
No, Jessie. Jessie had a spot in it, a couple. She may have not been a repeat, but she had a couple spots.
Okay.
Okay.
So, anyways, yeah. So I'm gonna work my way through Degrassi all the way up through Drake.
I don't-
Start at the beginning, and now I'm here.
I'm sorry. Drake as in the musician?
Yeah, he was on Degrassi. You didn't know this?
No, I don't really keep up with
Ah.
like the only Canadian stuff allowed in my house is maple syrup and all dressed chips.
I don't know that I can talk about all dressed chips anymore after the debacle that is the American all
I
dressed.
have a case of Canadian.
I still have a bag of Canadian I haven't opened yet. I'm saving it.
Perhaps you didn't hear the word that came out of my mouth.
A case?
Case. It was
Was this your payment for?
Yes. Yes, I helped out a friend of mine who's Canadian, and I provided them with a bunch of. So you know how you guys don't know. I have a year-long subscription to a candy store called Lolly and Pop,
That's a true story.
which you're allowed one refill a week.
You're coming up on renewal for that, aren't
Yeah,
you?
January 9th.
Yeah.
I still have 20 refills left
Oh, because you haven't been.
because I haven't
Yeah.
been using it. So I went in last time, and they let me do. They're like, well, yeah, you can do like as many refills in a day as you want. So I would fill up a jar, dump it in a bag. Fill up a jar, dump it in the bag. So literally, I sent 12 pounds
Oh, jeez.
of chocolate-covered espresso beans to Canada for their last gig. So I received a case that's currently in the warehouse.
Fair enough.
All right. Before we get into movies, though, there's two tech things I wanted to bring up.
Okay.
One, I mentioned it when you got here.
Uh huh.
I'll mention it again.
Okay.
The iPhone is talking about getting rid of the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack.
Okay.
For replacing it with either a smaller headphone jack, USB-C, or just straight Bluetooth.
So one of those three options sounds appealing to me.
USB-C?
Fuck that. USB-C, other than the fact that it can transfer a charge from something. So I don't know if you're aware of that. So like, say my phone was dead, but my tablet had battery.
Okay.
I could plug a USB-C from my tablet to my phone,
You know, just
and
charge
it would charge my phone.
as if it were a battery
That
I
is
carry
the
with me.
only plus of USB-C.
Here's what bothers me about USB-C. It's your power and your USB port, and so I can't charge it and have a USB plugged in at the same time?
Right.
Yeah, bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Unless you get an adapter.
Fuck that.
Which leads to my problem with the smaller headphone jack.
Adapter.
If I have my headphones, like I have a pair of Sennheisers that I really like. They're great headphones. If I wanted to use those with this iPhone, I would have to get an adapter to go from their smaller headphone jack to my headphones.
Correct.
Similar to when you're using a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, but your headphones are 1/4 inch.
Right.
You have to
Like
get the reducer.
most receivers are the 1/4 inch.
Right, so you'd have to put the 1/4 inch to 3, yeah, all that. Fuck adapters. I don't need adapters to plug headphones into my phone. So just make the shit work. The third option is appealing to me because
Wireless.
it could lead to the thing that me and many other people have wanted for a long time.
Oh,
and
I've
that is
wanted it since I saw the movie.
that is fully wireless earbuds. And I'm not talking about, oh, it's Bluetooth, I just have this little cord that connects the two. And I know the problems with that. Bluetooth can't send 2 separate signals at the same time. It's 2015. Get your shit together.
true.
But if that's what this leads to, I'm good.
So what Jay and I were talking about is a little movie starring Ryan Reynolds called Definitely Maybe, where the scene opens up. The movie opens up with him putting in an earbud here, no connector, just 2 earbuds, and then playing music on his phone. I saw that, my jaw dropped because I'm like,
Absolutely.
how do I? Where
I
do I? How is
rewound and
this?
paused.
Right. They don't actually exist.
No.
They just took headphones and trimmed off the cables, and that's that. Now, I love my Bose. I have my Bose in-ear. I have my Bose around the ear, but I don't have wireless. I like the cable.
I don't like the cable, but I don't like current wireless.
I like the cable for 2 reasons. One, I hate having to charge my headphones.
Sure.
I just hate that.
Right.
2, every single wireless headphone I've ever had, and you were with me when I've bought a couple pairs, I think.
Yes.
The cable comes here, and when you turn your head, you feel it.
Yep.
And you can hear the movement.
Yep.
Because I have my hair very short, so then you have like the little hairs in the back, and you hear the movement, and then it just
Yeah.
it infuriates me. I'm so angry about this. So until they can perfect, so I feel like Apple's putting the cart before the horse.
Yes.
Unless
Unless they already have it.
Beats,
Oh, no. We're not using the B word here.
but who owns Beats?
I know, but
So unless Beats is working in conjunction with Apple, so come the release, they'll have something that will go with it.
but this is my problem with that. Then I still end up wearing Beats, and I'm not going to do that shit. They are not good headphones.
So that's your problem? Having an iPhone's not the problem?
Well, no. So here's my thought is if Apple releases a phone with this technology or whatever, it's only a few months until Samsung's got the same thing on theirs.
I've already said I'm going Nexus from now on. No more Samsung.
Okay,
But
that's fine.
yes, I see what you're
But,
saying.
okay, so Android. We'll say Android in
Android.
general.
Is this the revolutionary of the Windows phone? It's coming
Oh,
back
BlackBerry.
around.
BlackBerry's gonna do this.
Oh, have you not heard what BlackBerry's doing?
They're putting Android on their phones, and it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are not going out gracefully.
So yeah, if that's what it is, if the first thing in the market is Beats, then I will wait until other manufacturers catch up. Because
Obviously.
I refuse to buy a pair of Beats.
Here's the thing. I love my Bose around the ears. They sound better than Beats, and they were $100 less. If I'm given Beats, I'll wear them.
If I'm given Beats,
You
I'll
hear
put
that?
them on eBay.
You hear that, LeBron? If you want to send me a pair of Beats, I'll wear them, even though I'm a Warriors fan, who are still undefeated, by the way.
Oh, is that started? Not a sports guy.
Second thing to talk about, the $85 Chromebit. Have you heard about this?
No. What is
Okay.
this?
So you know how much I love my Chromebook.
Sure.
In fact, it's right here in my bag.
Yeah.
Love my Chromebook. Granted, it can't do everything. Sometimes I need to bring my Dell. Love my Chromebook. The Chromebit is something that's about yay big. It's going to be about 8 inches 8 inches across, about 3 inches in diameter.
Okay.
With an USB ports
Okay.
and an HDMI out. So you can plug it into your TV to turn your TV into a computer. And then you just plug in wireless mouse and keyboard.
Nope, I'm out.
Are you out?
Oh, I'm out.
Why are you out?
How am I going to watch TV and work on my computer at the same time if my TV is now my computer screen?
Split screen it. How are you watching? You still watch? Look at you use Hulu. Just like lock.
I don't use Hulu.
I do.
Yeah,
So
sure.
you would lock half the screen to Hulu, the other half is your desktop.
But now so now my 50-inch TV has become a 18-inch TV because I've split the screen in half, and I'm watching widescreen.
So now think about it in the reverse effect. Instead of doing Chromecast, instead of having to buy a smart Blu-ray player, you now have Hulu, you have Netflix, you now have YouTube all streaming on your TV.
I have a smart TV.
I understand this, but if you were not to buy a smart TV, instead you would just buy the $85 Chromebit.
Or I would buy the $35
Chromecast?
Chromecast.
Not everything works with the Chromecast, and there's a
Then I
significant
would buy
lag.
the $40 Roku stick.
Oh, I do love my Roku. We have it upstairs in the bedroom.
I set my mom and stepdad up with the Roku this last
nice.
week. Not as terrible to do as I thought it would be.
That's good.
They understood it.
But I do think this is a kind of cool idea.
No, okay. So yeah, it's based on some of the options out there. Yes, it's good because there are people that will go spend $100 on a Roku just because they want to watch Netflix.
Right.
This does allow them the option of doing some more things.
You can essentially it turns your computer like Chrome doesn't do. So it has a 4 gig processor.
Okay.
Which fine for what it does.
Right.
Obviously the internal memory on it is bad.
You get
Like,
save things to it.
it's like 16 gigs.
Well, and they're probably counting on people using like a G drive or something like that.
You
anyways.
it comes with 200 gigabytes
Yeah.
on your Google Drive.
Yeah.
Which is the same if you were to buy a Chromebook.
Right.
So I think it's cool. I think it'll definitely be helpful for people who are trying to make that jump. So I just think it was interesting. That's why I brought it
Yeah,
up.
no,
before you
and-
shit
and-
all over my point.
Well, that's what I do. No, I really applaud Google for the last couple of years. A lot of things they've been doing to try to make technology more within reach of some people that can't necessarily go buy a new laptop or a computer or something like that. You've got your Chromebooks, which what is the cheapest one, like $199?
No, the cheapest one is $149.
There you go. You're not gonna buy a Windows or a Mac laptop for $149.
No, and if you do, it is going to be atrocious.
Right. Netbooks.
I'm so glad that era's died.
I essentially have a netbook for work. It's a 12-inch Dell. I'm like, this is bullshit.
I have a 13-inch Dell,
It's 13 inches. That's a normal laptop
Yeah.
size.
but
Yeah,
it's
so-
the one that like flips all the way around and just
Yeah.
becomes a tablet or
Yeah,
flips down the
mine's not
keyboard.
that. Mine's that one that has that faux brushed aluminum
Yeah.
look on top,
Mhm,
but
mhm.
with the bluish color, which is weird. Anyways, so
So let's talk
there's
about some movies. We both saw a movie,
we did.
and I saw another movie. The first one we both saw was Hunger Games.
Sure.
Catching Fire number 2, Mockingjay number 2, whatever.
Mockingjay Part 2.
whatever.
Yeah.
Either way, we saw the last Hunger Games movie.
Yes. It's the last movie, so we don't have to sit through another one. I didn't think it was amazing. I thought it was probably on par with Mockingjay Part 1.
See, I actually think this was the worst out of them all.
Really?
Yeah, it was rough for me, like real rough. I was bored. It was slow. Like, ignore all the plot holes. Ignore the fact that they have no understanding of how war actually works.
Well, sure. Yeah.
Like, throw out all logic in this movie. So, cross off all the logic arguments. It was still really slow. There were unnecessary amounts of talking that just didn't need to happen. I also think Jennifer Lawrence, I don't love her in the first place.
Okay.
I think she's a fine actress. Kind of a shitty person, but a fine actress.
Okay.
But I feel like she's outgrown the Katniss role.
Oh, absolutely. And
She did not do a good job as Katniss in this.
that's part of the problem that you face with some of these movies. Like, so the 4 movies, 3 books, were supposed to take place over 2.5 years. Well, that first one came out 5 years ago, and Jennifer Lawrence, as a person, is older than the person she's playing, and has become a lot more mature than she was 5 years ago. So obviously, she's not the right person for this role at this point.
Not only was she not the right person, like I will put this the same as Daniel Craig in Spectre.
Okay.
He was not the same Daniel Craig that was in all the other Bond movies. Whether he didn't care anymore, he was over it, or he's just a different person. Same thing with Jennifer Lawrence. I don't feel like she just didn't do as good a
No.
job as she did in the other ones. Like,
No, because she doesn't need this franchise anymore.
Right.
Everybody knows who she is now, so she just mailed it in. She's like, I'm gonna go do some other weird movie where I'm gonna make a lot of money.
which is crazy because I'm pretty sure she still makes a shit ton of money on this movie.
Oh, absolutely. That's why she showed up to set.
Overall, though,
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
I'm just. she Marshawn Lynch did.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
Except
Didn't see that coming.
she told somebody that's what she did, and she said Marshall Lynch, and it just didn't.
Poor thing. So I thought it was bad. You thought it was okay.
Yeah, I thought it was all right. Not the best of the series, but yeah.
Did you watch any other movies?
I did not.
I watched one other movie.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I wanted to watch Creed today, and I was gonna watch Creed today, and then work came up and ruined Creed for me. But my beautiful wife and I on Thanksgiving watched Goosebumps because we had the bright idea of no one's gonna be in the Goosebumps theater at this point. That movie's been out far too long. No, there was a shit ton of people in that theater. Anyways, Goosebumps was better than I thought it was going to be.
Really?
I enjoyed it more than Hunger Games
Okay.
because it did not take itself seriously.
Well, no, it's a Jack Black movie.
It knew. Actually, Jack Black was not the over the top part of it. Jack Black was not Jack Black.
Oh, really?
There was no crazy blah blah blahs or none of that. Jack Black played R.L. Stein.
Okay.
He did not play Jack Black pretending to be R.L. Stein, which is very rare for Jack Black. Because in every movie he's ever been, it's him doing some version of this other character.
Even Godzilla from 1997, he was Jack Black.
You mean King Kong?
I thought he was in Godzilla.
He was the director in King Kong. Matthew Broderick was in Godzilla.
I thought I thought Jack Black played like some tech guy in like the emergency center. Anyways,
I don't know. Maybe.
whatever. So Goosebumps.
But he was definitely in King Kong.
Yes.
He was the director.
Okay.
Anyways, it was not Jack Black. Well, it was, but it wasn't him doing Jack Black. So I was fine with that. The over the top was the monsters and the creations. So the premise of the movie was Jack Black plays R.L. Stein. And all the creatures from his books are actually real.
Okay.
So there's something to do with the typewriter. They actually never explained how the magic happened. You really don't care. So he has a collection of all of his Goosebump original manuscripts.
Okay.
Closed and locked. And that's what contains the creature. If it ever becomes unlocked and open, the creature is released until you can get it back in.
Okay. Sure.
Right?
I'll go with it.
Obviously, all the books get open. All of them.
Right.
So you see all of his creatures. The Abominable Snowman Pasadena, the dummy, the all of it. So the whole thing is they're destroying the city. And they are trying, in R.L. Stein, Jack Black's character, the neighbor kid who released them all, is trying to bring them all together. That is it. That is the entire premise of the movie. And it was a lot of fun.
What theaters did you see this at?
The AMC in Linwood.
Ooh, see, you didn't even get to drink while you watched it.
Didn't drink while I watched it. I did have popcorn.
Not the same.
Nope, not the same. But like I said, it was surprising. It was better than I thought it was going to be. To be fair, it was Thanksgiving. I was obviously in a happy mood that I was not driving hours and see relatives, but just watching a movie. With that said, it was surprisingly good. Not good. Surprisingly better than I thought it was going to be.
Okay, fair enough. I probably won't go see that.
No, you probably won't.
No. Although I do want to see Creed.
Oh, I definitely want to see Creed. Yeah. All right, so that brings us to the meat of the show.
Sure.
The true love.
Yeah.
Beer. Oh, wait, comic books. That's what I meant. Comic books.
Oh. I think the first one might be more accurate.
I know I don't have any beer left. I have whiskey.
And? That's
all I got left, man.
Okay.
Oh, no, and vodka. All right, anyways, what did you get this week?
So, I was going to go to the comic shop today.
You were.
But as I mentioned earlier, I didn't get back into town until 6:30. so I didn't really have time to stop. So all I have was my digitals for this week.
Okay.
And it's only 4 of them. That is not the right page. It's funny what I'm reading now. Extraordinary X-Men number 3.
Ooh.
All new X-Men number 1.
Oh, did you read it?
I did.
Okay, let's talk about that
Yeah,
one.
I have some questions about that
That's
because
fair.
I've not been in the X-verse in
Uh-huh.
a while. Robin War number 1,
Uh-huh.
and They're Not Like Us number 10.
Okay. So I picked up Harrow County trade paperback number 1.
Cullen Bunn.
Cullen Bunn.
That's right.
Green Lantern number 47. Robin War number 1.
I'm sorry. Oh, right. It's
It's-
the Harley Quinn.
It's the Harley Quinn variant cover. I love it. It is Darwin Cook did the art. Harley is painted his hand yellow over the ring because
Yeah.
the old school. Robin War number 1. Daredevil number 1. Who Daredevil's blind. His new sidekick is also blind. And his name, the sidekick's name, Blind Spot.
Shut up.
That I can't even make that up. I can't even make that up.
Okay.
Guardians of Infinity number 1, Spidey number 1, Star Wars 13. What's up?
Is that a Marvel Kids title?
No, it is Spider-Man back and retelling some high school stories.
Okay.
I will. It's.
Is there a story about how he knocked up Gwen Stacy at the junior prom?
I'm telling you now. I will. I will not buy another issue of that. Star Wars number 13, James Bond number 2, Batman Beyond number 7, Superman Action Comics 47, Teen Titans 14, All New Inhumans number 1, All New X-Men number 1, and Totally Awesome Hulk number 1.
Is this where the Hulk is hanging out in Huntington Beach learning to surf and everyone's like,
Amadeus chose the Hulk.
well, sure. That doesn't mean he can't be surfing.
Yeah. He's not surfing.
Okay.
It was funny. Anyways. All New X-Men number 1.
Okay.
So
Where
first
do I-
off,
where do I start?
before you ask questions,
Okay.
what did you at least think of it?
I didn't think it was horrible.
Okay.
I felt really lost myself
Mm-hmm.
because I haven't been reading X-Men for a few years. So like I knew that the young X-Men were brought forward in the future
Yes.
because that's about where I stopped reading. Because I stopped reading at AVX. That was the last thing I read.
Okay.
That event. So X-23 is now Wolverine.
X-23 now is Wolverine because Logan is now not young Logan. The current Logan in comics is old man Logan.
Right. Because modern, current, our timeline Logan is dead.
Correct.
Which I have a problem with in the first place because he's regenerated from a single cell before. So how is he dead?
Right. Also, yeah. No, I get it.
Sure. The biggest problem I have with X-23 being Wolverine now is that they don't call her Wolverine.
They call her Laura.
They call her the Wolverine. Every reference to her in
Yes,
this fucking book is
the-
the Wolverine.
yes. That is true.
So fuck that.
Okay.
2, what the hell is up with Young Angel's wings?
Okay. So there was a crossover between All New X-Men and Guardians of the Galaxy called the Black Vortex. It was a cosmic crossover that was horrible. The whole premise is they wanted to separate and change the young X-Men, make them different. So in this vortex, it shows you the worst part of who you are. It kind of changes who you are. And in doing so, he got those flame wings.
So I haven't missed much.
Nope. I mean, you've missed a lot.
I
It just hasn't
I've
been
missed
good.
anything good. Yeah.
No. No.
Yeah, because that was kind of bullshit.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb.
It kind of harkens back to like the early '90s when all guns were plasma guns.
Ooh, the good days. Rob Liefeld is back at Marvel doing
Shut up.
variant covers.
Oh,
Anyways, go back.
You know, there's mid 40-year-old men in their mother's basement. It's like, I need the Liefeld covered. It's got so many pockets.
That's right. His muscles have muscles.
Those,
But yeah,
those guns are 150 pounds, and they
Cable's
shoot. They
Cable's
shoot
all
lasers.
shoulders to hip, shoulder to hip. Anyways, so
Okay. So sorry, I read Extraordinary and All New, and I'm trying to keep the two separate. Was All New the one where the young X-Men are split up all over, right?
yes,
Okay. So this reminds me of. God, I'm trying to remember what issue it was like. X-Men 15, like Volume 115, where all the X-Men decide to like go live in different places. So you've got like Bobby's out in California, and they're all just split up for no good reason. So in this issue, again, I haven't been reading, so I don't know what the hell's going on. You've got Beast and Kid Apocalypse.
yep,
And another girl who I don't know.
Indy. She's from Wolverine and the X-Men.
Okay.
She was one of the students.
Hanging out in Florida looking to watch some bearded hillbilly wrestle gators.
So, to kind of catch you up, where all new X-Men ended was they all decided after all the crazy shit that's been happening just to take a couple months off.
Sure.
So they've all kind of gone and done their own
Right.
thing.
Which is, like I said, what happened in,
Right.
in the old
So
story.
the reason Beast was in California was just sheer. I mean, Florida was just they were all taking a little vacation.
Okay.
Now they're getting the band back together.
And Iceman, who is now gay, or has been gay and
Did-
is now out.
Did you read number 600
Yes.
where adult Iceman also admits to being gay?
Yeah.
Yep.
And thinking the angel's hot.
Yeah, they both
Fuck
think
me.
Angel's hot.
He's hanging out in Austin,
Yes.
which is super accepting of mutants. Isn't that what they said a couple years ago about San Francisco?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they just pick random cities to be like, this city's cool and hip right now. We're going to say that's the new accepting town.
Which is funny because Houston was accepting in the Spectacular Spider-Man series.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, not Spectacular Spider, Scarlet Spider.
Right. With,
Kane.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I read the first issue of that.
So, yep.
And just the first issue. of
So
that.
far, all the words you're saying are correct.
And this is the one with the ghosts, the Cyclops ghosts, right?
Yeah, they call themselves the Ghost
Yeah.
Cyclops. They're
Yeah.
carrying on his work because he's
Uh,
dead, but we don't know yet how he died.
Oh, but we do. In Extraordinary X-Men number 3,
Oh, I haven't read that.
Yeah.
How did he die?
he attacked the Inhumans, and the Inhumans defeated him in battle. Is what I've taken out of the subtext.
Okay.
That's the only thing they've said so far about how he died, is that he attacked the Inhumans.
So, and I think we've touched about this. The Terrigen Mist now makes mutants sterile and
Right.
can also kill them.
Yes. So they've replaced the Scarlet Witch with some colored gas.
Correct. Green colored gas.
Sure. So, I
You know-
will probably pick up issue 2 of this just to see,
So here's the thing about it. It's written by Dennis Hopeless, who
which I can never stop laughing when he
He-
writes bad comics.
he always writes really good, really fun first 4 issues. And then every one of his books drops down after that. It's like
It's-
he can't.
Well,
he
that's what
can't write
that's
past
what he
that.
pitches to get the book.
Yeah.
He's
and-
like, "This is my idea," and they're like, "Great, write it." And he's like, "Oh shit, what do I do now?"
yeah.
He's
So
hopeless.
No, I see what you did there.
I know.
So I'm hoping, which I know is hopeless, that he writes this one and then leaves. But he's not.
Okay.
The other thing I read was the Totally Awesome Hulk #1.
Okay.
Amadeus Cho is now the Hulk, who has control over it. He is hunting monsters across the United States, and then has a wrist bracelet that shoots Pym particles and then shrinks the monsters so that way they can capture them. And that is what's currently going on
Okay.
in that book.
So I was aware that Amadeus Cho was the Hulk now. How do they explain how he became the Hulk?
They haven't yet.
Hmm.
So we don't know what has quite happened to Bruce yet. We know that he went to help the Avengers. He was asked by Black Panther and Iron Man to help with this problem. He went to go absorb the radiation, but Black Panther was trying to stop him because it turns out it's the reverse radiation of gamma. So as he's absorbing it, it's too much for him to take.
Okay.
That's all we know so far.
Okay.
So who knows? I don't know how Amadeus became the Hulk. I'm assuming since he is the 7th smartest person in the universe, that why are you making that face?
So I always had a problem when DC Comics did that. I didn't realize Marvel did it too.
It's funny, they explain it. It's based on
Your
an algorithm.
clout score?
No, an algorithm that Hank Pym came up with.
Oh, jeez.
That I'm assuming that he found some way to replicate Banner's thing, but to give him complete control. Because when he is the Hulk, he's in like 98% control. Every now and then he slips. Every now and then he says something or does something he shouldn't. But otherwise, he is in control.
Okay.
It is very much just a humorous Hulk. He's going around. He's trying to hit on women as he's saving them. At one point, he got burnt, so his clothes burnt off, so he was naked while hitting on the girl, and she points it out.
And I see he's rocking the faux hawk there.
He rocks a faux hawk, which he doesn't have when he's Amadeus, but he gets the faux hawk when he becomes the Hulk.
Sure.
So that's the thing. Overall, it was fine. It was fun. The fun aspect is not going to carry it through for me, though.
No.
So I really need it to improve.
Okay.
The one thing I've actually read this week that has surpassed everything else I've read, and in far quality is concerned, is Halo Fall of the Reach. It is a Halo graphic novel based on the novel called Fall of the Reach, which kind of recants how Master Chief became Master Chief, how the Reach came back after the Forerunners destroyed it, and the Covenant, and it was fucking phenomenal.
Okay, so just to make sure I understand this is the graphic novel adaptation of a novelization of a video game.
Yes.
Got it.
And it was fucking fantastic.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, it was better than Totally Awesome Hulk and all new X-Men.
I don't doubt that.
So that is it from my comic information. What do you got?
I read Robin War. It was all right.
Oh, good. I'm looking forward to reading that tonight.
Yeah,
because it was all right.
I'm not looking forward to having to track down those tie-ins.
Get yourself some Gotham Academy, buddy.
Comic Cave.
He's gonna be happier next week, guys. See you next week.
See ya.